Hello everyone, we are learning simple, compound and complex sentences. So in two previous videos we learnt about simple complexes and compound sentences in detail. Dear students, let's have a recap of the simple sentences and compound sentences. In simple sentences we learnt we need one subject and one finite verb, or you may replace this finite verb with the predicate also. In compound sentence we learned there is two combination of subject plus verb and are required for a formation of compound sentence, means two main clauses are required, right? Two main clauses, and the combination of this is done with the help of coordinate conjunctions. Coordinate conjunctions, where we learned that these coordinate conjunctions are can be abbreviated with the help of fan boys, right? So in the previous video we did exercises of this fan boys, means the compound sentences, right? So compound sentences are made with the two main clauses and that need attachment of the joint of what? Conjunction. Conjunction, which kind of conjunctions? Coordinate conjunction. Now we have to learn about complex sentences. See, complex sentences are the sentences which are made with the combination of one main clause and one subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. There may be more than one subordinate clauses in a sentence which is of complex nature, right? Now first of all we know what is main clause. Main clause is a part of sentence which is having one subject and one finite verb or one predicate. But this subordinate clause is what? This is also known as independent clause. Main clause is also known as independent clause, right? But this subordinate clause is known as dependent clause. Dependent clause. If we will talk about this clause, so clause is a part of sentence which is having a subject and a verb. Though it is having a subject and verb, but after that also the combination, the thought is not complete. Okay, which is this complete dependent clause, where the thought is not complete, means incomplete thought you may say here, right? But here in independent clause the thought is what? Complete. Okay, means it gives the proper sense and it does not give the proper sense, right? This requires something to get the thought complete. Okay, so that's why this is dependent. Dependent means to depend on something. So this dependent clause is depend on the independent clause in the sentence. So such type of combination gives us a complex sentence where we have one main clause and one subordinate clause. In some cases it may be more than one subordinate clauses, means two may be there, two subordinate clauses may be there. Now question is this: how you have to understand, how you have to identify that which is main clause and which is subordinate clause. Clear? Subordinate clause and main clause. We did here fan boys. These conjunctions are which one? Coordinate conjunctions. Now the combination of this combination of this means at the place of this plus we need subordinate conjunction. What we need? Subordinate conjunctions. Okay, so this fixer, this joint will be done by subordinate clauses in complex sentences as we did in compound sentences, but difference is there. Here we have abbreviated fan boys, but here we have something different. So what is that abbreviation with the help of which we can learn which are subordinate conjunctions. Okay, so that is very easy way which I am going to give you, and you may get the difference. So one abbreviation you have learnt already, that is when boys, and this is for coordinate conjunctions. And where we get this coordinate conjunction? The sentence is compound. What is the abbreviation which we have to use for the subordinate, complex sentences which are used as subordinate conjunction, which are known as subordinate conjunction? Let's know. But before that, I want you to just take the screenshot of this and note down this in your notebook. Just quickly take the screenshot of this. So let's work on this subordinate conjunction. It is I saw a baboob, B-A-B-U-B. This baboob is animal, okay, it's a name of an animal. I saw a baboob. Here it was a small one, fanboys. Here it is a little bit long, okay. So I is for what? I is for if. I is for if. So this is if. S is for since. What is this? Since. A is for as. W is for while. Right? This A you can use for although. This for when. This W for when. This A for after. Right? This B for before. U for until. And this for because. Okay. So this is what abbreviation. I saw a baboob. I for if, S for since, A for as, W for while, although, A for although. So this W for when, A for after, B for before, U for until, and last B for because. I saw a baboob. These conjunctions are known as subordinate conjunction, and wherever in one sentence, in any sentence you will get these conjunctions, so the sentence will be of complex category. Which category that will be? Complex. Okay. If, since, as, while, although, when, after, this before, until, because. Okay, there are many, but this will help you, right, to get the difference between subordinate, the compound sentences and the complex sentences, right. Now, when we are talking about these main clauses and subordinate clauses, right. So, if I am saying you, so this main clause and subordinate clause. So, in complex sentences we have subordinate clause, and in compound sentences we have coordinate clause. Okay, the part of the sentence which is just after these coordinate conjunctions, that work as coordinate conjunction, that work as coordinate clause. But here, if these conjunctions are there, these subordinate conjunctions, means I saw a baboob, this conjunction was there. So in that case, what you have to get, the part of the sentence, right, which is starting from this conjunction itself, right, we have to include the conjunction also. So that part of the sentence will be subordinate clause, right. Now let's have some of the examples of these complex sentences, but before that I want you to take the screenshot of this and note down this in your notebook. Now let's have some examples of complex sentences. As we have learned that we need these conjunctions in complex sentences which are subordinate conjunctions. So we have to see here that the conjunctions of this style, I saw a baboob, these conjunctions should be there. So let's have the look of the first sentence. I took my umbrella because it was raining, right? As I told you, this is a combination of one main clause and one subordinate clause, or one subordinate clause. But in these sentences, I try to give one subordinate clause because up to your classes you can learn this much. When you will be in the senior classes, then you will know something more about this. So there you will get more than two these subordinate clauses. Okay, so the first one is I took my umbrella because it was raining, right? The first thing we have to find out is what? When we want to identify the sentences as simple, compound, complex, we need the conjunction. Okay, so conjunction we have to see. This is what? Because, and because is not in the category of fan voice. This is in the category of I sa ababoob. So this is what? This is subordinate conjunction, right? So the part of conjunction from here till here, because it was raining, this part of sentence is subordinate clause, right? And you may say the part which is left, which is before the subordinate clause, that is which? That is what? That is main clause. And I have told you this main clause is also known as, this is known as independent clause, but this subordinate clause is known as dependent clause. If you will check, it was raining, because it was raining. So the meaning of this sentence is depend on this, I took my umbrella, right? So this is what? Main clause here. Now the first task for you people here is, because it was raining and the conjunction here is because of subordinate conjunction this is. So the kind of the sentence is what? Complex sentence here. Next is, when he won the award, everybody cheered. So here it is not necessary that this conjunction, subordinate conjunction or the compound conjunction, that will be in the middle of the sentence. It is not necessary. It may be in the starting. So when he won the award, right? When he won the award, this when is conjunction. You may take it like that. Everybody cheered. Second sentence, he won the award. When we have to just combine these sentences, so that will be, when he won the award, everybody cheered. So what is the subordinate? Main clause is this one here, right? Everybody cheered, right? When he won the award, this is subordinate clause. This is subordinate clause because there is a conjunction which is from this category, and that is what? When, right? So this is complex sentence. She will go to school in the city until she finds a job. Until she finds a job. So this until is what? Conjunction. From here till here, this part of the sentence is subordinate clause. She will go to school in the city. This is main clause, right? Until she finds a job, if we will see this meaning of this, this thought actually the separately, until she finds a job. So this is what? This is depend on the first one, right? This is main clause here. She will go to school in the city, and this one is subordinate clause. And because there is until, which is subordinate conjunction, so the kind of the sentences is complex. Although he was wealthy, he was still unhappy. So here he was still unhappy although he was wealthy. As I told you, although is a conjunction. No, here we have decided this is what? Subordinate conjunction. So here although he was wealthy, this is what? Subordinate clause, because conjunction is which one? Although, right? He was still unhappy. So this is what? Main clause, and the conjunction is although, right? And the kind of the sentence is what? Complex here. I learnt English because I practiced hard. So because I practiced hard, this because is what? This is conjunction. And what is the kind? That is subordinate conjunction. I learnt English, this is the main clause, right? And the second, because I practiced hard. So what is the meaning? This is not having this complete thought here. So this thought is depend on the first one, which is main clause. So I learnt English is main clause, this is subordinate clause, and the subordinate conjunction is because. So when we have subordinate clause in the sentence, that is what? That is complex sentence. When the cake is brown, remove it from the oven. Now when is where? In the starting. So when the cake is brown, this is subordinate conjunction. So this part is This part is what? Subordinate clause. Remove it from the oven. So, remove it from the oven, that is what? That is the main clause. And this part is depend on this one, right? And the kind of the sentence is what? Complex. When I woke up, the sun was bright. Again there is conjunction. Which one? Subordinate conjunction. When I woke up. So then what happened? This is not the complete thought. The sun was bright. This is the complete thought. The sun was bright. This is main clause actually, right? And the combination has been done with when, which is used in the starting of the sentence. So this when is subordinate conjunction here, and that's why this is complex sentence. The last one, the children rushed inside because it started to rain. So what is the conjunction here? Because, and this is in the category of subordinate conjunction. So the children rushed inside because it's starting rain. So because it's starting to rain, this is what? This is subordinate clause, right? And the first one is the children rushed inside. This is having one complete thought, right? This is the main clause. So this is combined with, this is joined with because, which is a subordinate conjunction. So this sentence is, what is the kind of sentence here? That's a complex sentence. So dear students, it is quite easy actually. What do you have to learn? Only you have to keep in mind that when we will get the difference between complex sentences and compound sentences. For complex sentences, we need this I, sa, ababu, these conjunctions, and when we want to see the compound sentences, we have to work with fan boys. Only this much will help you for your classes. So just practice exercise which is given here in the end of the chapter. Sentence, simple, complex and compound sentences, do it complete. And practice your exercises. Try to solve more exercises of related to this, and we will meet in the next video with the next topic. Thank you very much.